And I feel like this right here is about to be like my most overpowered like tip that I can give you guys in this video, but it's very important to think about you. Hey guys, what's up? It's Muaaz here and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can get more views on your videos by actually having people click on your videos. I made a video pretty similar to this one quite a while ago, but it was primarily like targeted around like clickbaiting. Maybe I can do a part 2 on that someday soon if you guys want me to, but this video is primarily just going to be more about how to make your videos more clickable. I think I've said something like this before in the past about like having like the best gaming equipment in the world, or like having the best YouTube setup in the world. Like you can have the best of the best and you can still make bad videos, or you can still be like a really bad gamer. And the same kind of goes for like clicking on a video as well. Like you could literally have the best video on youtube.com, like the best video ever made, but if no one wants to click on that video, well then you're just out of luck. So that's what we're going to be addressing in today's video. If you guys do end up enjoying the video and you guys want to see more videos like it, then please hit that like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. If you're feeling generous, maybe turn on post notifications too. I only upload once a week, so I'm not going to be spamming your phone with notifications, so don't worry about that. Also, the comment question for today's video is going to be, when did you first start watching me? And if this is your first time ever watching me, just say where you found me from. Like, was it the recommended or the suggested or like the YouTube search results? Whatever it was, just comment it down below. I'm going to be reading all the comments, so definitely be sure to do that. Anyways guys, let's get on with the video. So I talk about the presentability of your channel in a lot of my YouTube tip videos. In case you guys are new to my channel, definitely check it out because I make a ton of videos on how you can like grow your channel, how you can get more views and things like that. So if that interests you at all, definitely check it out. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I talk a ton about presentability in all these videos that I make because you want to have a channel that, one, people want to click on, and then on that channel you want to have videos that people also want to click on. So of course the first step right here is going to be the most obvious thing that I can say for a video like this, but it is the most important part of having videos that people would actually want to click on, and that's going to be to have good thumbnails. If you've been on YouTube for a while, then you know how much work truly goes into making a good thumbnail. Like sure, you can throw in a bunch of random stuff in your thumbnail and call it a day. Like that's a thumbnail. Like you can upload it, save it as a PNG, all that good stuff. But that's just not enough to make someone want to actually click on your video. What I've noticed usually works best for thumbnails, and trust me, I've talked with my friends who have like millions of subs as well, and even people who are bigger than me, like 500k, 600k, things like that. What usually ends up working best is just picking like one or two main things in a thumbnail that you want to like truly pop out to your viewer, and also using the least amount of text as possible. Try focusing on only using like 3 to 5 words max in your thumbnails. Like, okay, sure, if you can make it look like really nice in your thumbnail, then by all means go for it. But what I've noticed works best is just only using a few words in your thumbnail, because most of the words should honestly just be going in your title anyways. And speaking of your YouTube title, it is definitely one of the most important things when it comes to actually trying to get someone to click on your video, but try not to make it too long at all. If your title is too long, then people usually just won't want to read all of it, and then they're probably just not going to click on your video. Like, it's funny when you think about it, but even think about it yourself. Like, if you see a really long title, you're probably not going to click on that video. It's just how we are as humans, I guess. So have a title that can be easily skimmed but still describes what the video is about. It's really as simple as that. And I feel like this right here is about to be like my most overpowered like tip that I can give you guys in this video, but it's very important to think about YouTube mobile when you're coming up with your title and your thumbnail. I honestly have no idea how many of the people watching this video actually know this, but the majority of views on YouTube actually come from YouTube mobile. So that means most of the views are coming from like an iPhone or like an Android, like literally like just a phone or like a tablet. So because that, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that like your phone screen is much smaller than like your laptop screen or like your actual computer screen and things like that, and you want to keep that in mind when you're making your thumbnail and your title. Because since the screen itself is going to be smaller, that also means that the small preview of your thumbnail or your title is also going to be smaller as well. So what I like to do is make my thumbnails as easy to skim as possible for whoever's on mobile, because if a thumbnail looks good on mobile, you can bet everything that it's going to look good on desktop as well. So actually going back to like the tip that I said like a couple of minutes ago about like trying to keep the least amount of text possible in your thumbnail, it's very important to actually do that, because think about it. Let's say that you put 10 words in your thumbnail, just 10 words, right? It's not going to look too bad on desktop, but most of the views come from mobile, and on mobile it's going to look like there's a whole paragraph in your thumbnail, and you don't want that at all. Literally not a single person is going to try putting in the effort to try reading your whole paragraph in a thumbnail. Like, it's just not going to happen. So just do your best to like minimize the amount of words that you actually use in a thumbnail. I personally like to keep them at 3 max, sometimes like 4 or 5, but if you can make it look good, by all means do it. But I highly recommend keeping it to a minimum if you can. Also, when it comes to your thumbnail, it's very important to use like complementing, or maybe the right word for it is contrasting. I honestly have no idea. I'm not an artist. But anyways, like actually I think when I explain it right now, you guys should understand what I'm trying to say. Let's say for example that in your background of your thumbnail that you use like a really bright yellow like color background, right? Then for the text that you put in your thumbnail, please do not use like a bright color, because then it's going to be really hard to read, because it's going to be kind of like blending in with the background of your thumbnail as well. And the same thing goes for like if you use a really dark background, like a dark purple background, don't use like a dark color text, because then it's just gonna be way too hard to read. And just that tip right there, that one tip right there is one of the most popular things that I point out to my viewers who ask me to review their channels. On Twitter, I've said it a couple of times before in some of my other videos, but if you follow me on Twitter, I have my DMs open on there, so you can message me anytime you want to. And sometimes people message me with their like YouTube channels, and if I get time to respond to them, I will, and I'll like mention like 1 or 2 things that they can improve on to try like furthering the growth of their channel. And that tip right there is one of the most popular things I say, is like make your thumbnails like more legible, like make it so that you can actually read what the text says. Anyways, now the next tip that I have for you guys to actually try getting more clicks on your videos is to actually study your competition on YouTube and see what kind of thumbnails they make instead. My number 1 tip that I can give you guys right now is do not ever try copying someone else's thumbnail style. Like your main goal on YouTube is to try standing out from other videos so that you can actually get the clicks instead of them. If your thumbnail style looks like everyone else's in like the search results or like in the recommended or whatever, then you're probably just not going to get the same amount of clicks as you would have if it's like stood out more. It's honestly common sense at this point, but if you have a unique thumbnail that pops more than every other thumbnail around it, you're probably going to get more views because your thumbnail is literally just going to pop more to the viewer. So yeah guys, like that's really it for this tip video. And one thing I do want to mention before I do end off on the video is be sure to keep note of how long your videos actually are. Sometimes if your video is too long, people just won't want to click on it. And I know for a fact this happens to me myself all the time. Like sometimes like I'm in a rush and I have to pick between like watching a 5-minute video or between watching like a 10-minute video or something, right? If I'm in a rush, I might just pick the 5-minute video instead because I want to save the other 5 minutes to do whatever else I want to do. It's a really weird example, but I hope it makes sense, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Like, whoa, I went out of focus right there. Whoa, what's happening? Okay, anyways, what was I even talking about? Oh, okay, yeah, view duration. So just always keep in mind, like, is your video something that doesn't really need to be 12 minutes, but for some reason is? Like, can you condense it down to 5 minutes? If so, it's definitely worth trying to condense it down because most of the time, viewers really don't want to stick around the whole time. Like, just go study your analytics. Like, almost no YouTuber has a viewer stick from beginning to end. Almost no one does that. So I don't know, it's something to actually keep in mind. But anyways guys, that's really it for today's video. I know it was a short one. Actually, I have no idea how long this video actually is. I'm still recording it. But I still think it was very valuable to the people watching this. So if you guys do want more videos like this, please do let me know by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn post notifications. I literally only upload once a week. So I'm not going to be spamming your phone at all. But anyways, give it a chance if you guys want to. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.